Hey guys, welcome back to In the Woods with the Capones. Well, it's a beautiful fall day and it's the weekend. What I love about the weekend is on Saturdays, usually we'll take a drive, and in the country, tons of garage sales. Always garage sales on a Saturday, sometimes even Saturday and Sundays. So yesterday when we were driving into town, there was a garage sale and we stopped. Some interesting stuff there. And the gentleman, an elderly man, was selling a leaf blower. Now the leaf blower, he said he hasn't used it in years, and I mean years. And it was in his barn. First thing I did was when I looked at it, I took the blower off because it was making some weird noise. And of course there it was, nuts, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So it was either chipmunks, something went inside there and made a small nest and stored nuts, I guess, in there. So I didn't try to start it at the time. He said it didn't work, so I gave him 25 bucks for it, and he took it. It does have, right now, after curiosity, it did have compression and it did make noise, so I'm hoping. It had a tag on it from a repair. I couldn't make it out, and it was old, and so, but it looks like it's in half decent shape. It does look like it was left outside, and mouse and squirrels and raccoons and whatever else looked like they did their business on it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to pull it and start it. I haven't started it yet, so stick around and we'll test it. Thanks. If you ever see a clean bench at a workshop, it's the mind of a sick person. There's always got to be crap and crud lying around everywhere. So, doing some other stuff. Hammer broke. This hammer used to belong to my dad, who's long gone, I miss. But I was using it the other day and the handle broke. This hammer is probably older than me, but I fixed it, still want to keep it. So. Alright, let's get the blower up here on the bench. We're going to take off. I'm going to take off the actual adjustable chute. Okay, so we went ahead and we removed the arm control for the blower. And I got everything out of this. So I'll put that aside for now. Now there is fuel in it. He said he put fuel in it to try to start it, but it wouldn't start. A lot of this stuff looks so weathered. But I'm just going to pull off the air filter housing, because I like to just make sure. Choke works. Throttle moves. Now, again, it's been sitting for a long time. Who knows what's going on? So, fast, slow, stop. Okay, so I'm just going to put it on the ground and see if I can get it to make some noise. I have a better leverage on the ground. Alright, so I'm going to attempt to pull this. You can hear it. It is making noise, which is a good sign. So I'm going to dump out the old, I don't know if it's old or what. I'm going to dump this out. I'm going to put in my own fresh fuel, 2-stroke, and we'll go from there. PB-260L. I don't know. Let's see what happens. All right, let's get some fresh fuel. All right, so dumped out the fuel. I turn this up a bit so you can see me. Nothing worse than talking to. So I dumped out the fuel. Let's get some fresh stuff, and we'll put some in. Now, this one I grabbed earlier is completely empty. This one is not. in my chainsaw fuel. All right. I should have kept the cap off. I don't know why I bothered putting it on. Nothing was going to go in. The fuel did look clean. But if you're asking where I dumped it, I have a garbage bin outside with a bottle. And I poured it in there, the funnel. Oh, yeah, there we go. All right, you know what? We're a little over half, which is good, just in case I got to put on its side or anything. Like I said, it probably was just sitting for forever, and maybe there's some gunk or something in there, but it sounded nice when I pulled the cord. So let's see what happens. Alright. Now no idea what the hell. Probably a prime, yeah, it's probably a prime button but it's not, doesn't seem like it's in the greatest of shape, so. Well, I can see that if you look, I'll turn it down so you guys can see it. Watch the dust. You see that? No other button on it or anything like that, so. Now, I didn't do anything other than just take. I didn't do anything other than take the air filter, put some fresh fuel in it. Yeah, I'll tell you right now, it didn't start on the first pull. It took a little bit. It ran for a few seconds. I'm gonna try this again, see what happens. Take it outside and we'll give it a little bit of a whirl. Let it run for a few seconds. It doesn't sound that great, but it is well, it ran. Let's, you know what? I'm going to put the flute back on and the air filter housing. Let's take it outside and see what happens. I don't want to run it in the shop and carbon monoxide ourselves to death. The flute back on, put the air filter housing back on, and we'll see what happens from there. And see if she'll run again. Hey, we got it to start. It's running a little rough. It doesn't sound that great, but I don't even know if it has full throttle, if it'll blow anything. So let's see what happens when we put this stuff back to the screen. Okay, so let's get this back on. Picture's worn out. Let's choke and open. And the funny thing is, I'm gonna have to get a new filter because it's really dirty. not going to go into town to try to find one. I guess I'll maybe hit Home Depot or check Amazon online, see if they have something. Okay, so that's back on. Let's put this back on because at the end of the day, oh, maybe all the stuff that was in there was plugging, so it couldn't exhaust its pressure, so it wasn't doing anything. I wish I would have videotaped all the crap that came out of this, because you'd be stunned the amount of leaves and nuts, tons of nuts. And judging by the hole, I'm sure it was a chipmunk, but this whole tube here, this was all full. So he probably had it stored in such a way that they probably only got as far as the impeller, so I'm glad that that didn't jam up. All right, let's try this again. Oh, let's turn it on. Now we're not getting anything. Let's see. I just want to make sure that the choke is moving. Yep. I think the air filter's plugged. We'll let it run for a bit, but definitely the air filter is plugged. It's not getting proper air. See what happens. Let me get some ear muffs. Shut it off. I want to see it now if it'll start on its own without the, since it's been running. But I got the air filter back on, so. Yeah, it works. It works. There you go. It doesn't have the power that I'm sure that it did at one time. You know what, for 25 bucks, let's see what happens. I'm gonna get a new filter. I think that filter's choking it so it's not getting the proper air. And it is blowing smoke, but a little bit of, so I don't know if that's from my mix. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna order a new filter. We'll replace the filter and we'll run it again, see what happens. But you know what? Not too bad. Anyways, so from in the woods with the Capones, thanks for watching. Be good, be safe, hit that like button, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll catch you next time. Take care, thanks. And you know, I'm gonna continue playing with this is fun. Beats having to drag an extension cord around everywhere.